Alright everyone, let's create our own mnemonic using any entropy source. It could be a dice roll, it could be a coin flip, and we're just going to do it all in Python, all offline. So let's just show how you do it. So I do import hashlib because I need to do a SHA-256 hash. With BIP39 mnemonics, your entropy source has to be at least 128 bits, no more than 256 bits, and a multiple of 32. You'll see why later when we break it down, but an easy way to get around that is just do a SHA-256 hash to anything, and then you'll come out with 256 bits exactly, and you'll end up with a 24-word mnemonic. So I'm going to start with a variable called SumString. This is going to be my entropy source. This would be your dice rolls, your coin flips, etc. I'm going to call it Satoshi. And I'm going to then create a new one called hashIt, because that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to hash the string, calling hashlib, referring to up here, hashlib dot SHA-256, and I want to do it to the SumString variable, and I need to encode it, so we'll just do dot encode there at the end. In here we could add a hex digest also at the end, so it comes back in hexadecimal format. If you want to see what that looks like, we can do a print hashIt save, and there's our hash. We need to convert it to binary though, so we'll do convert to bin, and we'll do that using the format function built in with Python. So your curly bracket 0:08b dot format. And in here, we're just going to say we're going to give you an integer. That integer is going to be hashIt from up here. And it's going to be hexadecimal, so that's what the 16 refers to. So if we were to print that out, convert to bin, we should have the binary version. There we go. So now you could start breaking out these by 11-bit sections and solving for your words, looking up if you convert it to a base 10. You could look it up on a word list. But once you get to the end, you'll notice that, let's pull up a calculator. So if you have 256, oh, where'd the calculator go? Oh, not that. So if you do 256 bits and you divide that by 11, you end up with 23.27 words. So you have to include the checksum, which is going to be 256 divided by 32, a length of 8. So you do 8, 256 plus 8 equals 264 divided by 11. There's your 24 words. Okay, so you can get the first one. So how do you get that checksum? Well, it's not that hard. All we need to do is do a SHA-256 hash on this, and then take the first 8 bits of that resulting hash in binary format. So it might sound more than complicated, but it's not that much. So we're going to do hash converted. So we know we're going to be hashing what we did before. So we could essentially just copy paste this and replace, instead of string, it's going to be convert to bin. And then now that we have a hash of our binary for input, now we just need to convert that to binary. So instead we'll call this converted again will be equal to, we can just copy what we did up here and instead plug it in hash converted instead of hashIt. And if we output converted again, so I'll save that, we now have our binary output for our checksum, but we only need to take the first 8. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do 0 colon 8. So if I were to print that out, that's going to be what we add to the original. So I need to take this and add it to here. So how would I do that? Well, I can just simply append it. I can take convert to bin, right? And just do plus, and then stick out the other one. So let's save, run. There we go. So now if I were to put this into like Notepad, I can see I have 264. The column is at 265. That's referring to my mouse position. So there's 264 preceding that. And as we saw on the calculator, if we go 264 divided by 11, we'll have 24 words. So all you have to do is take that output. So if we were to take this, right, this is now our full binary equals that. Then you could just do each word. So like our first word would be equal full binary 0 colon 11, because I'm doing it in 11-bit sections. Oh, I didn't put print. All right. Now if I run that, that's my first word. So all I have to do is convert that to, I could just do what? Integer, comma 2, convert to base 10. So my first word is 1745. Now if my word list starts with 0, I would look up word 1745. Some word lists start with the number 1, not 0. In that case, I would look up the word 1746. Hopefully that makes sense. You would then just keep going through. You could write a loop, obviously. So I'll do 11 and 22, save. You could write a loop again, like I said. But you just compare it to the word list. I'd look up 541 if my word list starts with 0, 542 if it starts with 1, until I get through my entire 24 words. I compare that up with any word list, doesn't matter what language, but that's the breakdown of how you would do it in Python from scratch. Hope that was helpful. If you liked it, don't forget to comment, subscribe, share, do whatever it is that you do. I'll see you next time.